Victims of an undeclared war, these Ukrainian soldiers are recovering in hospital after a flare-up in fighting in East Ukraine with Russian-backed militants. The confrontation was the worst seen in months between the two sides. These troops receiving treatment in the city of Dnipropetrovsk on the edge of the conflict zone are among 39 Ukrainian soldiers who were wounded. At least 5 more of their colleagues lost their lives, adding to a death toll from the conflict, which has already topped 7,000. The hospital's head doctor gave an assessment of the situation. He says over the past 24 hours, 5 seriously wounded soldiers have been brought to the Mechnikov hospital. 1 officer released from captivity was also brought to the hospital. He will be examined. Soldiers have wounds from mine explosions. They are serious wounds. Here on the front line, the fiercest fighting was witnessed around the town of Mariinka, situated southwest of the regional capital Donetsk. Ukraine's military said Russian-backed militant forces used heavy weapons banned under the Minsk ceasefire agreement during the battle. These included at least 10 tanks along with other mortar and artillery systems. Mariinka remains under government control, with the situation now reported to be relatively calm. The fighting was one of the most serious flare-ups in hostilities since mid-February, when militant units backed by regular Russian troops took control of the city of Debaltseve. The OSCE, Europe's security watchdog, which has a special mission in East Ukraine, has called for both sides to show restraint.
It's very important to, at this point of time, considering the events of the past 24 hours, if I could reiterate the previous calls by the Honorable Chief Monitor, Ambassador Apakan, for all sides to exercise maximum restraint and for adherence to the ceasefire and other key provisions of the Minsk agreements. Ambassador Apakan has many times commented on the terrible toll on civilian life, civilian infrastructure in the past few weeks and months, and that this needs to stop.
Here in the village of Avdiivka, near the militant-held city of Donetsk, Ukrainian soldiers are on high alert following the flare-up in fighting further south along the front line in Mariinka. Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko has said that the army must be prepared for the possibility of a full-scale invasion by Russia along its joint border with Ukraine. Moscow, already under international sanctions for its role in the conflict, denies sending troops into Ukraine or helping to arm the insurgents.